I didn't know that, so I did learn something new in Foodie Beauty's vlog. Holy crap, y'all. This is rough, and I really don't understand why she's there. Like truly, like are you going to help rebuild? Like I don't get this whole situation. If she really does love Salah, then I guess that'll be that.
Nice breeze in the valley.
Queen is getting it. Queen is hauling. She's moving, y'all. I do want to let y'all know that this video is just for entertainment purposes only. Nothing is meant to be taken seriously at all. I'm just sharing my own opinions, not facts, off publicly accessible information, first made public by public figures. Please don't go to these people's channels and leave mean-spirited, negative, discouraging, disparaging comments. Entertainment purposes only. What's up, y'all? This is not your average reaction. I'm just a guy who likes to react to health and fitness stuff, usually girl world. So it looks like Chantal, aka our new favorite Syrian vlogger, has uploaded a video titled A Glimpse of Syria Post-War 2025. I want to mention that while Syria isn't like at war with another country, it's a civil war going on right now. It is not safe for her to be there, but she's going to do it anyway, and she's going to try to convince us the whole time that it's fine. But let's get into it, y'all. I listened to her intro at normal speed and then at 1.25, and I personally think it sounds way better at 1.25, like objectively.
Hello and welcome. This is my first vlog in Syria here in July 2025 after the fall of the Assad regime. Now, I have been quite busy adjusting to life here. Therefore, so far, I have only managed to accumulate some clips of some of the surrounding areas we have been to and my journey here. I will do a lot more vlogging, inshallah, especially of the more touristy areas. So stay tuned for that, and as always, thanks for watching.
She is like the laziest editor, like this stuff over here, the text, like clean it up a little bit. Either center it under you or, don't have it coming into the frame where you are and off the frame. But that's just me, y'all. It's just dumb.
So, without further ado, here are some clips.
Okay, I'm gonna give her credit. There's background music going on right now, which I do appreciate. I told her in her last video that I think that would knock up the quality by quite a bit, and it does.
On my journey so far. So my journey starts with flying from Istanbul, Turkey to Beirut, Lebanon.
Istanbul! I just like the way she says it.
I flew 9.5 hours from Montreal, Canada to start to Istanbul, and then I had a 12-hour layover
Istanbul!
there before flying to Beirut. Here I am staring at the departures board, waiting patiently, well, kind of patiently, to see which gate I needed to trek to. I was so over traveling at this point. When I arrived at Beirut airport, I was picked up by a taxi service who helps you through immigration and takes you across the border into Syria from Beirut. And he gave me an iced coffee and a water, and we were on our way. I decided to go the land border way into Syria from Lebanon instead of flying into Damascus, just because it was recommended that that's just a better way to go by other.
It's not recommended because it's a better way to go. It's a way to avoid passport checks or like passport fees, is what it truly is. So she's doing this because it's cheaper.
Travelers. So here I am in the taxi. I've never been to Lebanon, so I was actually, or Syria, but I was actually taken aback by the mountain ranges and just the kind of hills, the winding roads. As we were driving along, it's about probably about 5:30 a.m. here. I arrived in Beirut at 3 a.m., but the border only opens at 6 a.m., so we had some waiting to do before we could cross over. Here we are, finally in Syria after what felt like a million-hour journey. I'm finally here, and just like in Lebanon, I was taken aback at how beautiful the landscape in Syria was. Everything was just so gorgeous. There were a lot of the new revolutionary flags with the 3 stars, and I just was enjoying taking in the scenery. So many mountains, and just like in Lebanon, Syria had a very similar landscape, I noticed. I was amazed by the olive trees in Syria.
She keeps talking about these olive trees, and I've been wondering.
I love olives. Like, olive is literally in my middle name, so.
I do not like olives. I'll like eat it, but I definitely don't want to.
When there are a lot of trees like this together, you can actually smell olives as you drive past. Olives are one of Syria's most ancient agricultural products. Olives have to be cured or brined for several weeks, though, so it's not like I can just pick them off trees and eat them. But nonetheless, here we are,
I didn't know that, so I did learn something new in Foodie Beauty's vlog. Holy crap, y'all.
driving around and past many olive trees. And the olive trees are not just in farm areas, they are too, but they're also just in like urban areas, like right outside of our apartment, pretty much as well. By the way, you might hear fan noise as I'm recording because it's pretty hot here right now, so.
It literally looks like a fucking Modern Warfare 2 map. I can't think of the name specifically right now, but if I saw it, I could remember it. Like, this is kind of scary.
But driving in more populated towns like Damascus can be kind of hectic, I will admit, especially as a foreigner. I didn't drive, luckily, and nor would I want to attempt to, but as you can see, the narrow roads in between buildings are quite bustling at times. There are people walking in the middle of the road, and you must beep your horn and they will just move out of the way. There are many small businesses and shops along either side of the street. These small shops, which are like convenience stores here in Syria, are called dukkans. I know I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but I am, after all, just an English-speaking Canadian woman. We stopped at one of these stores to get cold water, but because Syria has regular and prolonged power outages throughout the day, the shop owner and many others didn't have cold water or even any electricity at all, so no problem, at least he had water, which was good enough for us.
I mean, dear Lord, Foodie. This is rough, and I really don't understand why she's there. Like, truly, like, are you gonna help rebuild? Like, I don't get this whole situation. If she really does love Salah, then I guess that'll be that.
Here we saw some livestock on the side of.
You know, to be honest with you, at first I thought it was gonna be like a situation where like she really wanted Julia back, and so like this is her like attempt to get Julia back without, Salah being weird because, she had to flee Kuwait, and I guess she just didn't have time to take Julia with her. But but based off all the live streams and all the interactions between Foodie and Julia, Julia does not like Foodie at all. It's like Salah has to put Julia on Foodie, and then all she does is run away because she doesn't like it. I don't like the way that Foodie holds cats and like interacts with cats is like makes me seriously uncomfortable. Like, I don't think she knows how to like make an animal feel comfortable.
Road, maybe for purchase, or they belong to someone, I'm not sure. And here, kids and just people in general, but especially kids, love to drive in the back of these trucks here with like the cage on the truck bed, and they hang on to it. This was making me extremely nervous for the boy in yellow, especially. I was saying, get on the truck, and here we have a bunch of flags with a big building, and I was told I think it's a university, so could be wrong about that, but that's what it was thought to be there on the right. So I don't really have much else to say. You're going to see a lot of buildings that look kind of dilapidated in between functioning buildings, but I'll just enjoy these clips here of Syria. Between the dilapidated buildings, there is a beautiful landscape, just like these mountains here. And so yeah, that's it. Here we go. Why did the chicken and her chicklets cross the road?
Cute.
The soil here in Syria, in particular in the mountainous and valley regions, is red. It's also known as Mediterranean soil. And these are the only camels we've seen so far here in Syria.
Okay.
We passed by this KFC knockoff called KFG. I don't know what the G stands for, but apparently they have crispy chicken and other dishes. So stay tuned for that. They don't have any Burger King. They don't have any fast food. No. They have chips.
They don't have any Burger King. They don't have any fast food.
Now this next.
Yeah, it's interesting that instead of it just being a chicken joint, it's still KF something. And why not even put C? Like, who's gonna sue you? You know what I mean?
Series of clips is very sad, quite sad. It's the remains of a war-torn country and from the Syrian civil war. So I've just compiled a bunch of buildings that have been bombed, and a lot of them are in rubble, and these.
I don't know if she would get backlash for this, but I think this would be like a perfect opportunity to put like kind of like a sadder background music in it. It could have like a stronger emotional reaction to some people, but since it's Foodie Beauty, I think a lot of people would think that it's disingenuous.
Once people's homes. So it's really, really sad. The ones that are not so bombed are littered with bullet holes. It's just so surreal to be driving past and seeing this. And what was more surprising to learn is that there are people still living in these ruins in their homes. And I would say probably because they don't have much choice, sadly. And my heart goes out to the people of Syria. And inshallah, it can soon start to rebuild from being such a war-torn country.
Like, how do you rebuild after that? Because it's like, it's like, do you just put everything, like, you know, flatten all the pre-existing buildings, or you try to rebuild on that? It's like, obviously you don't have a ton of money. It's like, this is super stressful thing to think about.
And of course, there are revolutionary 3-star Syrian flags everywhere. And we even on this day had one taped to the hood of our car. So on this particular day, we went and explored some valleys. I don't really know or remember the name of this location. There's a little bit of water there. Now, that canyon, that valley used to be full of water, but there's been some droughts. So unfortunately, that's all the water that there was. Now, here's me trying to climb back up from going all the way down. And it was quite a workout. It wasn't too hot, actually. There was a nice breeze in the valley.
Queen is getting it. Queen is hauling. She's moving, y'all.
But oh my goodness, this was a workout for me. As you can see, I'm trying to waddle up the mountain, but I also got to get some different clothing, so maybe some lighter clothing. But yeah, here I am just taking my time in the valley. It was a very nice day, excuse me. Just taking a break here because it's a lot of exercise for somebody who's used to a sedentary lifestyle, but we've been going out and doing walks like this and just enjoying Syria's various landscapes. And I'm going to end this vlog by showing you what we picked up for lunch to eat in the valley area. Some chickens.
Little rotisserie chicken.
That were really, really delicious, and we made shawarma with them.
Shawarma.
So, thanks for watching, and a lot more vlogs, inshallah, from Syria to come.
All right. Well, that was interesting. That was definitely, I would say that was more, I was more locked in, more entertained than Amberlyn Reed's most recent vlog. So there's that.